recently, Puffy had a lot of serious allegations come out about him. The biggest one was Cassie. She wanted $30 million from him. That's what she was sued for. And the next day, Diddy settled. And then, after that, several women came out accusing him of rape and, a whole list of different things, man. What'd you think when you first seen these allegations come out about him?
I thought that when a man falls, the first thing that comes tumbling down is his empire and his enterprise, which is his business relationships between different companies. So when I saw his enterprises, I saw his enterprise fall because a lot of the people were severing ties with him and they no longer wanted to carry business relationships with him. So seeing that was the fall. Just seeing that happen, and it's just the fall of man. Every man has his chance and his time to be on top, but every now and then, a lot of us fall off the top. We fall from the top. We fall from grace. We fall from being loved by people around us that love. We fall from being liked by the public. That's the worst feeling in the world, is when the public turns their back on you and they start seeing you for who you might actually be. So when I saw all of this coming down on him, I knew that this was an enterprise falling. Like it was big, because it's gonna hurt him. It hurt him in a lot of ways other than just in music. It hurt him in the school that he was being a part of. They didn't want to be a part of him with. It hurt him where they didn't want him to come to the Grammys. They didn't want to invite him. But then I think they turned around and gave him a Grammy too, right? They're giving him a Grammy this year, 2024. They're giving him a Grammy. But when we look at the Grammys and we looking at the real world and we saying, okay, the Grammys is 1,200 people that are in a part, they're members, and of these 1,200 people, they're the ones who determine who deserves what award. And most of these people of the 1,200 are, the majority of them are white males. So nothing is racial about it, but and then they not only do they do that, they do the BET Awards. So we having a lot of these award shows and people are getting awards and we don't know what they're getting awards for. So, they gave them an award now. They nominate them for an award. But it's just the Grammys. That's just the Grammys. It's not by people's choice. It's by a decision made from within. Like with the MTV Awards, the executives were the ones that made the decision who deserves an award. With the Billboard Awards, the sales and the people's choice is who determines who deserves the award. The Grammys is judged by 1,200 people that are they're members of a group. The Recording Academy is what we call it. That's what they call it. And it's crazy because the CEO of the Recording Academy, he also has sexual harassment charges against him. So it's like all of the higher executive, look at L.A. Reid, he had sexual harassment charges against him. Russell Simmons, he has had sexual harassment charges against him. Jimmy Iovine, he had sexual harassment charges against him. It was like that's something that was happening. It was part of the culture, I believe. And then finally people woke up and said, hey, this is not right. And they're finally speaking up against it. But this has been going on for a long time.
Is this something that you've seen in Diddy even way back then? Like, how was his interactions with women, when you guys were, because you were with him during the prime of his career.
Yeah, he wanted all the attention, all the girls, and all the money. So any man who's selfish like that, you be like, man, you want all the girls too? You got all the money. You just want everything? So that's when you can tell. Like, even if you walk into a room and he's in the room and you have a female that's extremely beautiful and he seemed like he would get mad because it's not his girl. Or I would go out into the clubs, right? Club Cheetah, anything in New York. I would go out and meet me a pretty young lady or something like that, and I bring her back to the studio. And when I get back to the studio, come to find out this was a female he'd been trying to talk to ever since he was in school or high school. And then now he's looking like, how did you get her? I'd be like, I got her because she liked me, you know, and then I talked to her, she liked everything that I was saying, you know. And then now you could tell like, wow, I feel like, you know, me and you gonna have a business problem just because of this female now. So it was a time when I was like, I didn't want to bring no females around him or nothing like that, because I felt like everything was jeopardizing what I had going on business wise. You know, I had to leave that out, you know.
Man, did that kind of surprise you back then? Like, this is Puffy, man. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really, it seemed like even if Puffy didn't get the girl that he actually wanted, I'm sure there was still plenty of women who wanted to be around Puffy.
Right. But the problem is, when you're not a creator and you're not creative, you're not able, your only thing you're able to judge off of what you want is by taking what other people have from them. You're not creative. You're not able to look at a female and see the beauty in her. You can only look at her and want her because she belongs to Capone, or she belongs to Curry. You know, I just gotta have what's yours. That's a sick way of thinking, man. That's a sick individual. I just want your car. I just want your chain. You know, I want your house. And that's why in the music industry, you see it happening all the time, because the same individuals is dating the same females. It's like they just recycling the same women, recycling the same jobs. It's like, wow, there's no room for improvement in this industry. There's no room for an advance. How do we advance when everything is just such a tight circle and locked? It's hard to maneuver like that. It's been a lot of that in the industry.
Well, were you surprised when these recent allegations came down? Were you surprised that it finally happened? What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.